Here we go again, another response vid. But before I go into my response to 68, I gotta shout out one of my biggest fans on YouTube. The guy's dedicated over 60 videos to me, and I would be a disrespectful motherfucker if I didn't shout him out. So shout out to Chris. I see you, bruh. Shout out to Chris Tucker. Hope you're doing alright, Chris. I did address you later on in the video briefly, so make sure you check that out, Chris. Check it out, bruh. So let's get into this response to 68. 68, I saw your video and I understand completely. I understand, man. I understand why you was upset with the Conor McGregor Floyd Mayweather video. You're a huge fan of Floyd Mayweather. You admitted that. I'm a huge fan of Amir Khan. Everybody knows it. It's no secret. Amir Khan is my favorite fighter. That's why I respect guys like you, Zone 6. He's a huge fan of Keith Thurman, Dante Ego. Huge fans of Floyd Mayweather, and everybody knows it. They're not afraid to admit it. So I understand exactly why you was upset with the Conor McGregor Floyd Mayweather video. Now, I understand you being upset with me saying Floyd Mayweather, he's begging Conor McGregor for the fight. As a Khan fan, I get highly upset when I see other channels going in on my boy Amir Khan. I be ready to let them hands go. Bang, bang, bang. I be highly upset when I see them videos. So I understand where you're coming from. I get it. But as a boxing journalist, which I am, you got to understand, man, I got to call this shit straight down the middle. I got to call a spade a spade. I got to. And as of right now, Floyd Mayweather, he's begging Conor McGregor for this fight. He's absolutely begging. Now let's take a look at this article from FoxSports.com. And it says, Floyd Mayweather still trolling to land fight with Conor McGregor. I repeat, Floyd Mayweather still trolling, keyword, trolling, to land fight with Conor McGregor. Now we got to ask ourselves, why wasn't Floyd Mayweather this adamant about making a fight with Manny Pacquiao back in 2009, 2010? He's very adamant about making this Conor McGregor fight. He even offered Conor McGregor $50 million. Now I believe Conor McGregor deserves $100 million. I'll go into that later in the video. But he offered him $50 million. He said he's not ducking and dodging Triple G. He's only focused on Conor McGregor. Then he's putting pictures and photos on his Insta. Pay-per-views on CBS. Several channels, they reported that the fight was done when it wasn't. I mean, why is he doing all this extra stuff? All this is extra, man. It makes him look as though he's begging for the fight, in my opinion. Now, maybe you view this different than I view it. But I view this the same way Fox Sports views it. He's trolling and he's begging for a fight with Conor McGregor, which is exactly how I reported it. Now, I'm sorry you took offense to it, but like I said, as a boxing journalist, I got to report things as it is. I got to call a spade a spade. Now, why I think Conor McGregor deserves $100 million. Well, we got to look at the facts and we got to look at numbers. Men lie, women lie, kids lie, but numbers don't. Conor McGregor sold 1.5 million pay-per-view buys in his last fight with Nate Diaz. That's a fact. If we're going to be fair about this, it's a fact. Conor McGregor did 1.5 million pay-per-view buys. Floyd Mayweather did 400,000 pay-per-view buys. Now, I'm not saying McGregor should get more than Floyd Mayweather, but let's be fair about this. Conor McGregor deserves a good sum of money for this fight. If we're going to be fair about it, he brings just as much to the table as does Floyd Mayweather. Like I said, the man is a huge star. He just sold 1.5 million pay-per-view buys. And we know this fight is going to generate at least 200 to 300 million. So what it look like Floyd getting 250 million and he getting 50 million? He deserves 100 million, just like he said he does. Now, I'm a fan of Conor McGregor. My two favorite fighters in the UFC is Conor McGregor and Ronda Rousey. I like both fighters. So, I want to see Conor McGregor get his fair share of the pie. He deserves 100 million and he should get 100 million. And you brought up some other points about I disrespected the boxing librarian. Well, my video to him was a response video he made, calling me a whore. He said I was whoring myself out for subscribers to white racists. He called out all these Caucasian people, pointing out their racism, but he did not call out any racism on the other side. See, I have no respect for anybody that's only calling out one side of the racism when both sides are responsible for the racism. I've always been fair, and I've always maintained my same position that Caucasians and African Americans are both responsible for the race war in the YTBC. We can't just sit back and blame one side. We can't do that, man. We got to be fair. Got to be fair at the end of the day. It's not just one side creating the racism. It's both sides, man. You know it, and everybody else knows it. It's coming from both sides. So for him to call me a whore and saying I'm whoring myself out to racist for subscribers, that was disrespectful. That's why I posed the question. I'm like, who's paying you to say this? You can't see racism on both sides, but you only can see racism from one side? Looks very suspicious to me. That's all I'm saying. So, and you also made a point and said that what did he say? I forgot. You said I'm trying to impress white people. I think it was something like that. Well, listen to my thoughts of what I had to say when Povetkin was found to be taking steroids. Listen to what I had to say. Damn, you cheating ass motherfucker. Goddamn shame. So I just found out from ESPN's Dan Raphael that Alexander cheating ass motherfucker. Goddamn shame. So I just found out from ESPN's Dan Raphael that Alexander Povetkin just got caught taking steroids. Malanomium. That's the name of the steroid. Damn, you cheating ass motherfucker. Goddamn shame. So I just found out from ESPN's Dan Raphael that Alexander Povetkin just got caught taking steroids. Malanomium. So I just played my reaction when Povetkin first got popped for steroids. I called Alexander Povetkin a cheating ass motherfucker. So now let's move on to my boy Chris. What's going on, Chris? Man, you making all these videos. I gotta tell you, man, I enjoyed your video last night you made, but you gotta get my accent down, man. You messing up my accent, bruh. I don't know what you're doing, but that ain't me. You need to get my accent right. You out here messing me up. You're trying to sound like T.I., but you ain't got me down pat, man. You're fucking up my shit. So if you're gonna drop 60 videos on me, at least get my accent right, man. Get my accent right. You're making me look bad. You're making me look bad, Chris. And I heard you making fun of the FBI. How you gonna make fun of the FBI, man? You know how much money those FBI agents make? They make several thousands of dollars, Chris. Several thousands. And you making fun of FBI agents, man? Come on, man. You know better than that. Now, since you know my address, and you keep bringing all this shit back up about my government, my address, you don't want to let this shit die down. What you need to do is send me a ticket, man. Send me a plane ticket, man. You already know where I live. You know my name. So I can fly out to the Dominican Republic. I want to fly out there to meet you. You can show me around. We can get a little drinks. Show me a good time out there with the ladies, man. So send me a plane ticket. You got my address. So I can fly out to the DR. And you show me a good time out there. That's what you do. Because we know you a huge ass fan. You got 60 videos of me. And get my accent right, man. If you're going to copy me, do the shit right, man. Do it right, Chris. So that's all I got to say. And I'm out.